Ooh, there you go.
Cool. Pull up the playlist already.
Oh, we already went live?
Yeah, it's already there. Let's see. Let's, okay, cool.
I didn't know you started.
Craig got first. Hey, Shannon. She's absolutely beautiful.
Shannon Whittaker.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Melissa. Hold on, I'm getting the playlist. Hey, Ova. There we go. Let it play. Supported.
Nice.
7.
She picked all that?
Yeah, let's do let it play. Alrighty, so Mel, I am going with Let It Play. Excellent playlist. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Let It. Let me hook up more. Make sure it's hooked up.
Nice.
Come on, babies.
Which one's this one, son?
Orchard.
Nice.
There we go. Pair. Her. Okay, cool. So I got my selection. We'll close it out. Hello. Oh, you guys. Let's see. Judith, Catherine, Zena, Connie, Crystal, Carrie, hello. Kathleen, Dawn.
Carrie in the house, huh? Cooking Indian food, yo.
Yeah, cooking Indian food.
I could use some of that right now, man. I'm hungry. What time is it? It's 8:41 over here. I can eat.
So, thank you so very much, Mel, for selecting our playlist for today. Always, once again, a great honor to have you here working together as one team. I'm going to go into our first selection so I can get a couple of things in order. Of course, it's just myself and Triple A today. As you can see, we have the main chandelier here in the raw hooked up, so our lighting is a lot better than before. Francois, hello.
Francois in the house.
Located in Wiesbaden, Germany, here on Sonnenberger Strasse, downtown. But as said before, hello, Jamie. We're gonna get into our first song, so I can pull a couple things up. Please, Mel, if you don't mind, share the link to Let It Play, and I am going to let it play. Thank you for joining us. Still here. Just one step at a time, G. Gratitude. A cup of tea. Yeah. Just being able to see it through.
I'm gonna make one.
Absolutely, no problem.
Middle of the night here.
Hey, yo, son, you got hot chocolate in there too, B.
Working on
Yeah, you can do that. All right, word.
Hey. Skywalker will down. My envy grows. So we do. It's always in a quiet place. My mind actions we ready. It's a pleasure to experience the weather, whatever it is. It don't even be funny how it gets. Tis the strength of trust and such, and having the guts to jump amongst the mist of bliss. I sense in this, but the mind may flip a risk of a catalyst to see if I really want it. Always more love than I deserve this. Skip the disclaimer statements, laying bricks. Yellow road, red slippery kicks, some slick and step. Great difference in the heart, don't need no evidence. Heaven sent bliss, I stand in confidence. I could complain forever and fill up a long list. Take it easy, but take it one day at a time. Out the matrix, I need some Reiki, baby. Let's look killing me figurative and literal. I don't video. I crush it through race deep in the jungle. It's Lions Club, yo. We keep it cool, dudes with energetic muscle buku. Might boo-hoo a bit, but then warp on them Sulu. Pilots off mothership bridge couch. Interior decor make designers say, ouch. Yo. Hello. Just continue to let it go. Yo. Keep your dreams, you know. Check 'em. Wearing changes on my sleeve like I'm out here trying to show my peeps what I came to earth for. Sprinkles on dessert flows, I got more where that came from. The same songs that sung, waiting for his day to come. The night was run by writing them. Drink a dream and clear your home. Remember this round 86, jumping on my bunk bed. Master visions in my head of hyperspace. A super place for family, enjoying all creation. Embrace each other, oh so different. Yeah, let it go. Look at what family keep your dreams there. Yeah. Yo, let it go. Look at what family keep your dreams there. Yeah. Hey. And look like that. Steady. Stellar. You did. The sunset. Hey. Let the groove play.
Thank you once again, Nell, for the playlist. Excellent sounds that we have here today.
Who did this?
Uh-oh. It's the birds. So, I think we're good. So, we got him up. Put this back here. I got ginger in my mouth. Yeah. So, easy enough. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again for joining us here at another Let's Build. A beautiful connection indeed here on Thursdays, live from the Ra, Wiesbaden, Germany, downtown. Yeah, and of course we continue to heal. I apologize in advance for the glare from the glasses. I find it a little, I find it a little more necessary for me to wear my glasses every now and then. Usually I have them off. I'll probably take them off in a little bit, but yeah, just in case the glare is there from the screen. However, we are here, of course, myself and AAA. Definitely in the building. Want to say some words, bro?
There you go, Melissa. How you doing, guys? I've been out for a little bit, but I'm glad to be here. I try to make it the best I can. I work every day. I get home really late, but it's always glad to make it. So
absolutely,
glad to be with you guys.
Absolute grand day, all reflections. Hello, amazing Stephanie out of Philly. Of course, Akil and Stefan, everybody. Of course, Jamie and Cheryl. See a lot of you here. Always a pleasure. Of course, gentleness is the nature of our subject matter today, which is absolutely important and one of the great pillars of the healing experience and process that we are moving through in this now moment. Once again, the playlist is keen on that today, Melissa. Very, very thoughtful as far as the song selection. Of course, we are aware of this. Indeed. So before we start our proceedings, I'm going to take these glasses off because I'm actually bothering myself. Yeah. With our proceedings today, of course, we always start with our exercise to clear the energies. We've been experiencing a lot here lately. We're actually we're due for another light encoded burst of or allotment of photonics with the CMEs continually being expressed and triggered towards the surface of this planet. Of course, we experienced one last week that was very intense and brought up some emotions amongst many of you that you felt due to a lot of the inquiries and experiences unfolded. However, we are due for another. So, of course, the grounding that we do here with our bills is absolutely necessary to allow for the graceful processing of these energies, which are but catalysts of our elevation in this now moment as we continue to evolve and heal and move deeper and deeper into the new earth or heaven on earth, as we all know. So, in order to clear the energies and connect with you with that which we have to share today, it is necessary for us to calm the energy field in this now moment, where we will be still for a good solid 60 seconds in order for who we are, the angelic realms of the Galactic Council of the Galactic Federation of Light, to connect with you in this now moment. Once again, the disclaimer being that this vehicle is but an expression of who we are as a collective. The sonic transmissions and information being shared through this vehicle remains but an expression of who we are in unison, where the information being shared is not nothing new. There is no teaching here. This is but an eloquent expression of that which you already know within your own heart space. And being that the case, of course, this guidance remains but 20% of the intuitive knowing that you have within your own being, where, of course, in who we are as an etheric collective, manifest through this vehicle are also present with you in this now moment beyond your capabilities or capacity of sight on a higher frequency level, where we are providing energetic downloads and notions as to the nature of these communications that are being expressed in this now moment. Anyway, so in order for us to establish a more potent connection in lieu of that which has just been expressed, of course, what we're going to do now is calm ourselves and allow the energies of the day to release themselves, so we can establish a clear and present energy field to allow for our connection to be more potent. So allow everything in your environment to be as is. There's no need to change anything, move anything, except allow, still the body, close the eyes, intend to connect with the heart space and express the deep gratitude that is due in lieu of life and existence. 60 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Gently allow yourself to sense your extremities once again, your fingers and toes. Allow your lungs to return to their normal capacity of intake. Gently allow your eyes to open once again. Once again, be absolutely gentle with yourself. As light as a feather, serious as ever. Being serious, we intend to express the stability of peace, which is eternal, beyond the temporary nature of emotional expressions or frequencies. Peace remains that which is eternal, which is stable, which is everlasting, in alignment with infinite intelligence and being an expression thereof who you are as the creator. Thank you so very much for being here. Of course, once again, we recognize that you can be anywhere. However, your decision in connecting with us remains and being here, where, of course, as always, this is the greatest work being expressed here on planet Earth, which is truly the real work, the most difficult, starting within one's own being, where to take the lead is to go first. You're doing the work that is necessary that many will discard. It's not being necessary. However, intuitively, you know, without having or being dependent on validation or confirmation, that this work is the work of the divine and who you are as an expression of prime creator. Gentleness. Mm-hmm. Let's sit with that for a minute. Rhetorical. What does that mean to you, being gentle? And when we speak of gentleness, it takes on a whole another context when we speak of being gentle in enlightened terms, because once again, to truly be gentle, it starts within the individual. It's necessary to be gentle with oneself, because once again, you cannot share what you don't have within. And as you embrace that which you have within, of course, and this is being gentle, you have the ability and you have the capacity in which to be gentle with others. And this is a beautiful thing. Of course, we have ourselves as the foundational expression of that which we are here to share and being in alignment with who we are in truth as the creator. We're going to do our Let's Build a little bit different today. I would really enjoy to focus on our dialogue, our conversation today, where of course me and AAA are going to do quite a bit of dialogue here at the Raw, but today is glücklich. Wichtig. Yeah. Today is glücklich. We will focus on a lot of dialogue today. Of course, being gentle involves allowing ourselves to be expressive. And being expressive, a lot of times, especially when it comes to the context in which we're healing, there's a lot of internal judgment of oneself. Hear me once again. There's a lot of internal judgment of oneself as far as the way in which you express yourself and the terms and some of the dialogue or context in which we intend to explain or express or clothe frequencies of experience which may be new to our conscious awareness, being that we're expanding in consciousness continuously. This is a process that is not necessarily new. However, within this framework of incarnation, of course, some of the terms may be new, or some of the feelings that we intend to express may be new to our conscious awareness. So, of course, dialogue is absolutely necessary, and we're going to allow for this to take place today. So I will go over a brief synopsis of the nature of gentleness and which it applies to self-healing in ourselves. But of course, that'll be rather short. Me and AAA will have a conversation and intend to entertain any of the inquiries or stories that you all have to share as to the nature of what is taking place in this now moment when it comes to gentleness. So feel free to go ahead and get your inquiries ready or your stories ready to send. Of course, give us a little while. Hello from England.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's Elaine. Yeah. Yeah, so Elaine, hello. Once again, a great honor to have you all here to express and share your energies amongst who we are as a collective. So let's go into gentleness. First and foremost, it's necessary to embrace this. And when I say embrace this, I mean this now, all of it, where you are. I am where I am. I am where I am. I am, of course. However, you are also where you are. And this now moment is absolutely perfect. Absolutely. Aileen, nice.
Yeah, so that's
Aileen. All right, Aileen. So once again, I am where I am. The ultimate expression of self-acceptance and truly embracing where you are in this now moment. And this now moment is a process. Of course, it's a process. There are intentions. However, right now is in actuality an expression of an happily ever after. Continuously, of course, a gradual upward climb or upward spiral, if you will, of energy. However, the foundation of the acceptance of this now moment allows for the expansion. I am where I am. I am, which you are. However, you are where you are by design. And of course, in order to allow for the flourishing or cultivation of the beauty and miracle of this now moment, the blessing of this now moment, it is less necessary to accept that which is this now moment and where you are on your path. It is the wisdom of being present that allows us to value our experience. To know that there's a priceless experience before you in this now moment. Priceless. You can't pay for it. There will never ever be anything like right now. It's priceless and it's yours. It's your creation and it's necessary for you to accept it. There is only this now. There will never be another this now. And it's priceless. It's for you to accept and embrace. Because you made it. It's yours. Of course, the wisdom is in realizing the value in that. The clarity of realizing value in your experience and the presence of this now moment is in your ability to accept. Of course, that acceptance brings about the clarity, which is within the frequency of peace. Of course, once again, peace is the frequency or the eternal frequency of unconditional love. Unconditional love is the fabric of existence. The fabric of existence remains operating within the realms of infinite intelligence. So if you're peaceful, and truly present and accepting of the love that is this now moment, you see with the clarity of infinite intelligence and recognize that there's value here. However, you will only recognize this value through being calm, through being present, through being here. I am where I am, and I'm absolutely perfect. So, of course, this now moment includes some ingredients. And when I say ingredients, I speak metaphorically because we're preparing a dish. We're preparing a dish, and what we have to work with is before us. We're expressed all the time. You have what you need. Everything that you need is right here. The ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. This is a foundational definition of abundance. Now there is abundance. The ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. But presence, you know that everything that you require and that's needed to move forward is right now. It's here by your own design. And when we speak of ingredients, we speak of the current reality, everything that is there, the tools on an emotional level, on a physical level, the resources that you need on a physical level or emotional level, on a spiritual level, the awareness, everything is there. All the ingredients are here right now to do what you need to do. However, of course, in peace, you embrace or harness the responsibility of working with your ingredients to continue or to focus those ingredients or focus in this now moment to work with those ingredients to allow for the manifestation that is unfolding. And this, it sounds detailed and I wouldn't attempt to analyze it because it works seamlessly. It works extremely simplistic and seamless. However, if you were to break down this now moment, there would be a manifestation, there would be an intent, and there are ingredients that are present in this now moment. However, all of these things are taking place simultaneously, and the only way to truly have the insight to work with everything is to be observant and in peace, where there's the clarity to recognize these elements of the now moment that are aspects of the design that is yours. So in this process, in this gradual incline, there's a molding, there's experience, there's an exploration, there's a refinement of your being, of your presence. And to work with this molding or these experiences, there will be manifestations. And with these manifestations come energetic fluctuations or emotional upheavals or blockages that may be expressed or addressed through the manifestations. We're dealing with a process of unfoldment where mentally we may have ideas of what's going to take place or ideas of what we would like to see take place. However, of course, all these ideas, projections, and expectations are within the limitations of the mind identity. The mind says, oh, this is going to happen next, and oh, it should happen like this. And when it doesn't, of course, as we heal, we attach to these expectations, and there can be upheavals and disappointments, emotional expressions with this, especially when it comes to things that we're passionate about, things that really mean a lot to us when it comes to our expectations of life or those around us. It means a lot to us. And we invest a lot of energy into things, and we want things to go in a particular manner, and they don't. Now, this is where gentleness comes in, because then we have to work. Once again, we have the responsibility to work with the ingredients that are there. And self-love is necessary. Self-love is necessary to allow us to feel the way that we feel and experience life, to experience these emotions, to experience our exploration, to experience our expressions beyond judgment. Sometimes the expressions will come up in a rather distorted manner. However, the self-love that is necessary for us to continue to move forward is about allowing and embracing these expressions to manifest themselves and be what they are, beyond attempting to gauge or value judge ourselves. It takes a lot of work to exist in this space without value judging ourselves amongst the fluctuations and things that will unfold that we may not necessarily expect or understand at the present moment. But of course, it takes the strength and courage and forgiveness of oneself to be gentle and allow for these expressions to take place. Living life at a greater capacity is in the cultivation of more self-love. At a greater capacity, once again, to allow for our love to expand, self-love is necessary. Once again, self-love is at the foundation of us being able to feel more. To feel more love, to experience more love, we must go through these experiences, allowing for the elasticity, that's a word, of our love, of our emotional body to expand amongst these experiences. We're going to get stretched into uncomfortable situations or things that aren't necessarily comfortable to us on a conscious level, or into unknown grounds. Into the unknown, we're being stretched. But once again, this is where our love expands. Of course, the initial discomfort of being moved into a place that we're uncomfortable with has an initial jolt. However, this is necessary for us to exist more beyond being uncomfortable within these means or within these grounds of experience. There's nothing more beautiful. There's nothing greater that you can do for yourself than that of self-love. The opportunity to expand the quality of one's experience or the practice of it. Of course, as you practice this self-love, gentleness is the foundation of this self-love. Gentleness and allowing yourself to experience what you're experiencing, allowing yourself to explore and feel the way that you feel beyond judgment. The moment has come, the moment is gone. I am where I am. It's an absolutely beautiful mantra of self-acceptance, self-love, and forgiveness. Once again, it's necessary for you to do this work first, to express such a level of self-forgiveness and confidence where I am who I am and where I am. I have the intentions and the practices of an evolving soul. However, that does not negate the fact that I'm God now. That does not negate the fact that I am perfect now. In peace, there's always now. I can flip out and return. There's always now. Of course, as we refine, our choices and decisions become more refined. However, the priority remains being gentle. That's why we express that gentleness is a priority. It's an absolute priority to allow yourself to move forward. You're always making choices and decisions. This is constant. This is constant. You're always making choices and decisions. This is a part of the experience. This is life itself, choices and decisions. Now, amongst the experience and the exploration, we have to understand that the choices is an integrated aspect of the experience itself. It is a natural part of life itself, the experiences and the choices. If we always made the choices that were in alignment with who we are and in truth, there would be no zest. However, the process itself is the joy. It is the treasure. The treasure is the process of refinement. Condemning yourself causes a shifting. It causes a shifting outside of a place of harmony. That place of harmony being that space of peace, which is the truth of who you are. To condemn yourself is based on the past, the illusion, the judgment of oneself, and attempting to, or the ego mind attempting to correct or set oneself straight. You know what you're doing. You know who you are here. Attempting to condemn is but to beat oneself up over and over, and this is not helpful. This is not helpful. You could be in peace right now while you're contemplating what you did and why it was so bad or so wrong or whatever the case may be. Once again, you could be in peace right now. You could be moving forward right now. Yeah, of course, feel how you feel. Accept the feelings, allow them. However, the gentleness is absolutely necessary. It's a part of the criteria of being alive in the body. The experiences, the choices, the decisions. This is a part of the criteria of being alive in the body. And the moment you can accept that, the moment you can lighten up. When you allow yourself to be, you shine a light of truth, peace, and harmony. Absolutely natural light of divine peace and harmony. You radiate a sense of fulfillment and you're tuned in. The clarity is always there because there's only infinite intelligence in being here. The timing is always right when you express yourself because you're here. You're within the fabric of infinite intelligence. You're within the fabric of love. You're in alignment with infinite intelligence, but you're within the fabric of love, of course. You feel easy and light. You know what to do. Why? You're within the space of infinite intelligence. You always know what to do. You know what to say. And others feel the same way. And this takes time because, once again, this is about being willing to love yourself unconditionally. And this is no small feat. And this is why the song selection from Vell was so beautiful. One of the lyrics in the song, Let It Go, or was it Let It Go or Let It Play? It was, take it easy but take it. There was a line in that song, take it easy, but take it. Be cool with yourself, but keep going. In layman's terms, just keep moving forward. Relax, breathe, experience, explore. It's a natural part of life. This is a part of the criteria of existing on a planet and being incarnate within the body. The refinement itself is taking place. Pure, perfect, lacking nothing, to be here as you are. It's about your energy and your flow in alignment with who you are. This gentleness, this flow. It's not about specific actions or accomplishments. And amongst the transmissions, we focus a lot on mission, drive. We're here to evolve. The ascension, the manifestation of the new earth, the elevation of one's frequency, the healing of oneself. We focus a lot on these tasks, if you will. However, as expressed before, creativity is what? That which is done from a space of loving grace, flourishing, elevation, expansion, cultivated, and graceful movement. That creativity is constantly expanding. This is an integrated aspect of your presence alone, or the intuitive presence alone, where, of course, with that, your elevation, your healing, it takes place naturally. It takes place naturally as you do what it is that you do. You express your energy in alignment with who you are as a creator. As you align with this way of being, the many aspects and pillars of the healing path and the life of self-mastery, they integrate themselves seamlessly like the colors of a rainbow. It is more so about your energetic alignment and the intentions, the sense of presence, the grounded presence that is here allows all of these aspects of your presence, of your being, of this healing to take place in a very integrated way where you're constantly up, grinding, being creative, loving, harmonious, kind, fruitful, abundant, at ease, in the moment, gentle. All of these aspects or attributes, if you will, become an integrated aspect of your presence. You radiate royalty. The courage to make the decisions and be yourself, the existence beyond judgment. An absolutely luxurious experience of divine comfort. However, the paradox of working tirelessly and in the same notion, being still and moving fast in that stillness. Once again, simple, however extremely complex. This is the nature of infinite intelligence, the foundation of simplicity. However, the drive, the vastness and depth of complexity of infinite intelligence. Gentleness empowers everything. When you're gentle with yourself, as you experience all of the things that come with a healing path, you bounce back quickly. You deviate from your path, your trajectory, your intention, However, the dexterity that comes with being gentle with yourself, you fall down and get right back up. In my personal experience, I have a lot of energy. It is not unheard of that I be called a diva. However, the ability to be gentle with myself allows me to express these energies and be 100% honest with my brothers and sisters within my cipher, and still have the enthusiasm, tenacity, and focus of a leader, but be as gentle as a feather. To operate on such a high frequency, but at the same time exist in complete harmony and be able to be receptive to my brothers and sisters as leaders and royalty as well, and life in general, to be humble at the opportunity to be in a space of being able to communicate from such a place of being. However, this all stems from the ability to be kind with myself, to be gentle with myself. Allow yourself to be kind with yourself. This is the foundation of unconditional love. The foundation of this experience. You. As you're unconditionally loving with yourself, you become more and more unconditionally loving with life itself. And it's a beautiful thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take one quick break for a song, and then we'll come back and we'll have our gentleness conversation course live here at the RA with myself and Triple A. So we look at Mel's playlist one time and see what we got over here. Actually, you know what? I think I'll play. Trust Self. I'll play Trust Self. Mel, if you don't mind, please insert the Trust Self link into our comment section if you don't mind.
My brother joined.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't mind. Oh, Star. Luke. Brother Star. Steven.
Gonzalez.
Bro,
what's up?
Absolutely. All right. So once again, thank you so very much, Mel. You're like quick on the draw. This is Trust Self. We got about 4.5 minutes, and then we'll return with our conversation on gentleness. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to go ahead and we'll have our conversation first, but you go ahead and start chiming in some of your questions, and we'll start addressing those when we come back after these messages from our sponsors.
We are your ascended masters. At the moment, some wondrous events are manifesting, and this set of events is reaching its climax with the finishing of the global currency reset GCR. Now, these global distributions are to be the death knell for the American de facto regime and its dark companion, the European Union. This is also a period filled with the final preliminaries to our long-awaited mass landings.
Look, just touched down. Deep with the bleed. A cool couple of days. We're from with the flick of the week. Hey, hashtag holy wild. Ain't for the boat. Shots on bright light. Sun in the dead snow. We locked in, ready to go. Star City in the coast. ET's lined up. We all anxious on the floor. Go blue down the board. We ain't playing this command. 2 million starships. So looks clear we about to land. Yo, big bang shot is a big bang party. But human body, I'm making it pop like it's nothing else. Man's that's for better, better, now straight enjoy. Yeah, what was coming, so that I'm going in. I just like when I fight for the right, when I'm like, who decides you keep your vibe? Keep that. Ain't gonna do nothing. You're a grandma. God ain't sure we got a rock on the rhythm, but I know this song. This my jam, yeah, man. Yeah, God ain't gonna act like it ain't that hard. I ride away to show the ego that I'm Lord. I couldn't chill, just got money, but I had a choice. Pretend to leave or keep fronting here with my boys. Ain't no harm. You come what you want. I'ma do my thing, rockin' this fly on my heart. Lost a crib, car, and a queen. See my dreams back in the house. Quit my job, y'all ain't slaving me. Pop down a new recipe. Real life, you ain't feeling me. You know them bros is ET. You still watching that TV. Come on, man. Please. Hey. Right.
These landings are to bring your mentors in the time for you to learn in depth about each other.
Hey.
Much of what Atlantis did in its last days began to be fully revealed. Humanity was firmly at the mercy of the Dark Anunnaki. Heaven had given them a clear-cut dispensation to rule this surface world until that time when Heaven decreed otherwise. We rejoice in the fact that our space families have come under the special guidance of Heaven. We are now on the verge of events that are to transform this dark realm and permit us to teach you about how you arrived in your current situation, and for the ongoing defeat of the dark and the blessed transformations that are currently underway. We thank all of you as well, and daily bless what presently is occurring around this wondrous orb. Your wondrous positive energies are making a difference. Combined with those of your brethren, they are allowing monies to be distributed, new financial systems to form, and a new governance to be disclosed. We are now teetering on the edge of a long-awaited era when peace, freedom, and prosperity reign. Take this precious time to salute yourselves and know deep in your heart that Heaven heard your plight and has duly acted. This has now been done, and their great works are beginning to force the differences required to end your long nightmare of limited consciousness. You are on a path toward full consciousness, and the isolating of those whose unholy arrogance has kept you from your promised blessings and much needed freedom. We also welcome this, as it allows us to move with you to a next level of galactic freedom and responsibility. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of Heaven are indeed yours. So be it so long and vision. So long and job. Syrian for B1. And be in joy.
Word. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at the Let's Build. Of course, today's subject matter is gentleness. And of course, as we heal, being gentle with ourselves allows us to continue to move forward without judgment, but we don't get stagnated and caught up in our own heads of the basically the ego mind talk, thought patterns of judgment. And it is absolutely necessary for us to maintain that stability and unconditional love for ourselves so we can continue to move forward. Mm-hmm. So how you feel about this triple, man?
Word.
You experience some times where you need to be gentle with yourself, B? Pause.
Well, when I hear about gentleness, there's so many meanings, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it means, allowing, means acceptance. I think it means forgiveness, not judging. But I think most importantly, I think that it's a sign of wisdom. Mm-hmm. It's a sign of internal intelligence. Because when you allow yourself to be gentle, you already know why it's so important to be gentle. Mm-hmm. Because when you're gentle, you're not susceptible to negativity. You don't allow judgment to bother you, or you don't judge. So in doing that, why it's so important, I think, being gentle, is that moment when you're gentle, you're at peace, and you're in the now. And we're talking about being in the now. And because if you're in the future, you put yourself in maybe getting in that realm of worrying and trying to figure out how things are going to be, or if you're thinking about the past and you don't forgive yourself for what happened. So you create this energy that isn't there, isn't real. So when you allow yourself to be gentle, you allow yourself to be in the now. You allow yourself to accept and to allow and to be free. And it means so much. It's so important because at that moment, you're allowed to create whatever it is you're conscious of. There isn't any buffer, I think. And this goes with people. You know, sometimes you forget because, you know, the world kind of gets stressful, or we get involved in all the noise. We get riled up and we forget to be gentle. And we know we need to, but it's not that we don't know. We just kind of get involved. And then you have to step back and then realize, hey, you know, it's important to be not only gentle to yourself, but to be gentle with others. And then you allow yourself to be like a spectator. You sit back. And that's part of that gentleness. You know what I'm saying? Being you can watch. Yeah.
Super important, like being objective.
Objective, yeah.
And remind us, or like, you know, watch. I mean, of course, you can participate. It's not necessarily always being a spectator and observer. Yeah, you have to play. You know, you're in the movie, right?
In the movie.
However, like they say, you're here in this world, but not necessarily of this world, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So the responses don't necessarily have to fit within the paradigm of what's expected or what happens, you know, normally.
Yeah.
You can, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I get it, but I don't have to respond this particular way.
And that's the beauty of of being gentle or accepting.
Yeah, most
because you can allow that to flow. And
most definitely.
You
give yourself the opportunity to, like, all right, you know what? You normally, or like back in the day, I would, you know what I mean? I would respond like this or whatever.
Right.
But right now, like, in peace, you had the clarity to realize, yo, so it's not that important like that. And to keep it 100 with myself, I might be allowing somebody else to emotionally manipulate me.
Right. Yeah. And it ain't easy. Isn't that one of those things that sometimes it's not that easy? I mean, most of the time.
It sound good. You know, you like talking about it, and you know what I mean? Like in this context, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we doing the
But I think the reason why it's not so easy, because it's programmed in us already, you know, and you know,
we're breaking the program.
Yeah, we're breaking our program, exactly. So we're programmed a certain way, you know, the way society probably taught us, experience, you know, all those things, movies and all that kind of stuff,
and stuff like that. And I mean, generalized.
And we're taught to entertain the fear, honestly. Because when you're upset or you're angry or you're jealous or any of those negative feelings, I feel like the core feeling comes from fear. Any of those negative feelings comes from fear. So whenever you have these feelings, I feel like whenever you have a negative feeling, any negative feeling, I feel like the question to ask yourself is, what is it that you're afraid of? And once you find out what it is you're afraid of and you accept what it is, you allow it to let it go, and it's easier to let go of those feelings once you understand what you're afraid of.
You know, once you're able to observe it.
Observe it, exactly. See it for what it is.
See it, exactly. You see what it is. You have the clarity to recognize what it is. And, you know, from that clarity, you have the ability to kind of unhook the entanglements. Like, okay, you know what?
This is what it is. Yeah.
All the way. You know what I'm saying? But
that's only possible, I think, when you are gentle with yourself.
Yeah,
when you allow yourself to be in that peaceful. Because if you don't, it'll be very difficult. Because you know, you're
like, yo, you better do something.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? You better do something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And at the end of it, like, you know what I mean? That comes from a place of fear. I mean, not to say that you should, like, I mean, if you feel a certain way, I feel like it needs to come out, you know?
that's a part of healing or part of this process. That doesn't mean that you have to, force yourself to be an angel all the time, but that means that, you can step back after the fact and say, okay, this is what just happened.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
you I mean, it's kind of like you not necessarily condemning yourself, but just reflecting on the experience, right? You reflect on the experience, realize the aligned approach or way of going about things, and you just kind of know, like, okay, you know what? I probably could have handled this like this, but I didn't like that.
Right,
but,
exactly.
Maybe next time. I can do it that way, but right now, son did this or whatever the case may be. I'm going like this right now. And this is where I'm at, and I'm not feeling that right there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a process also learning yourself, having a relationship with yourself, getting to know yourself, and loving yourself, because it's a part of who you are, and then you can actually see yourself actually grow as time goes, and I feel like whatever you're feeling outside is going to reflect in your surroundings anyway. So your surroundings is going to tell you where you're at. I feel consciously. Like I use my surroundings and things that happen around me to give me hints of where I am internally. Because I really believe that we create the events and our surroundings based on the level of consciousness.
It's
our design.
Of course, it's all our design, and we basically, as we shift in frequency, we shift dimensions, and the dimensional realities present though the experiences or catalysts that align with our intentions. And of course, we continue to cultivate the intentions to evolve more, and we're going to be presented with more opportunities to evolve based on the circumstances and situations that's presented. One of the things that allow for the smooth path that I talk about all the time is, and I truly value, like if it was anything that really has helped me as an individual, like on this path is like doing the work constantly. Like when things are cool, I'm doing the work still. Like if nothing's happening or whatever, like I'm still doing the work. Like, and because the problem was when I used to do, and actually this is kind of like you know what I'm gonna say. It's like a Christian programming where you'll let everything. You know what I mean? Like when everything is good, you're not tripping. But as soon as some jump off or whatever, God, help me, this, like, make sure such and such don't happen. You try to fix stuff and be try to be a good guy when things get thick and it get nasty. And it's like, look, you could just like do that the whole time. Versus like waiting for things to get nasty and then you put out a fire. You're trying to make quick fixes and all of a sudden be awake and let me meditate real quick because
you're feeling guilty about something.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, guilty. Don't try. You done messed up. Don't try to start meditating and burning sage now. Like you done already jacked up for everything. Like, you want to go on now? Like, like you ain't fooling nobody. Like. You gotta do it the whole time, like it's supposed to be a lifestyle.
Well, I mean, I always said that this is a state of being. So you are this. So you it is a lifestyle.
Most definitely.
But you become it. Once you understand that, I think there's no choice to be it. And then I always said that when we're creating is a sense of being, because whatever you want to create is what you need to be. And you can't just, like you said, fake the funk whenever you want to.
Like it's kind of gonna be a lifestyle, and you know what I mean. You do the things, you do the healing, and when I say do the healing, it's more about cultivating one's own intentions, like and being creative and doing the work that like and allowing your intuitive guidance to guide you to become more graceful, more gentle, more kind and compassionate, giving of yourself when things are cool and when upheavals may take place. Somebody might hurts your feelings, or you get in an argument, or somebody tests you on the block or whatever, like stuff like this will happen. It's just that you know, the more you do that work when things are cool, the easier it becomes when
those things happen.
You know, things happen.
You realize those things are just distortions. It's not real.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
and if you're entertained by it, if you're upset about it, then you still haven't let it go. I feel like you know, in time, as you realize that those things are not real, that you know, it doesn't touch you anymore. Like that stuff doesn't bother you anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
you know, and I mean, like I said, things may still bother you, but the fact that you can see what it is and outside the box, that you can let it go. That's what the most important thing, I think.
Absolutely.
You know, because things. I don't think we're not perfect, and we're going to be upset about certain things. Some things we're not going to agree with, but it's how you handle it after is what's important. How you channel that energy is what's important. You know what I mean? Because you know, I think none of us is like Buddha. You know what I mean?
Well, at the end of the day, you know, we. Of course, manifestations of the one.
Yes,
now, it's a process.
I know I'm not like Buddha.
At the end of the day, you are. And being the one. Like, we all prime creator. Now, as far as comparing our particular, you know, our frequency of being at present to that, it's like, okay, I get it, but it's still a process.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, well, you know what? I'm not.
I know. I read something online, you know, where you know, I think it was something where Buddha was meditating and somebody
spit on him and
stuff like that.
No doubt.
like, what would I do in that situation? Like, really, like, I still love you, dog. You spit in my face.
The man who was spit on is no longer here.
Yo, for real. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, I know what this is. This isn't real, but damn, that kind of, you know, that's like.
I just washed this shirt. The man, they gotta wash this shirt. It's still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, whoa, you know, you're good for not, you know, responding. Like,
wipe it off. Yo, wipe it off, B.
Hey, you know, from New York, that wouldn't fly, bro.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, I get it, but like I said, as we work on it, as we continue to work on it, and we find
levels.
And once again, that like, but that's why they use that example, that analogy, because this is that level of mastery, you know, that we aspire to. You know what I'm saying? And it could be like, there's degrees to that. Like, a person can, you know, say disrespectful stuff. I mean, for instance, somebody like, you know, wrote me messages today. It was like, yo, you just some fucking this, and I don't believe what you're saying, blah, 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 or whatever.
I have to believe. That's their problem.
You know, but the thing is, you know, I could recollect before I would have the urging to respond and say something, you know, sarcastic back, or, you know, whatever. And at this point, it was just like,
be gentle.
No, I'm good.
Right.
And I just didn't respond. I was like, okay, he's trying to basically get a drive out of me or whatever, or move my vibration into this direction.
It's not worth the energy.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, this is, you know, once again, that work is starting to. Well, it always has, you know.
But you know what? I will say this: the fact that he wrote you, that he took the energy to even write you on this thing, you already affected him in a certain way, and I think in a positive way. It's like a domino effect.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, just, you know, like there's levels to it, but like you said, this is a step towards that direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So as we continue to work on it and do the work that's necessary, like, we will move into deeper and deeper spaces of being able to be calm and keep a level head and maintain that stability. Because once again, we're dealing with emotional manipulation. We're dealing with our own programs of experience, our own catalysts to show ourselves where we are on an energetic level.
Absolutely.
You know,
and that's why I think also that, you know, when we speak of gentleness, that's why I say that if you're already there, where you're practicing that type of, you know, energy, where you're gentle to others, I feel like you already have a certain type of wisdom already, that you've been through something already. Because the people who cannot allow themselves to be gentle have I don't want to say it like this, but they have a lack of understanding of who they are as God or as creator.
They say like a lot of times it's experience.
Yeah,
experience is experience and awareness. You know what I mean? Like you know, the people who don't respect peace, you know, choose to you know, be destructive. And
that's okay. That's your choice.
You know, bust shots and fight and walk around spitting on people. They want to turn up and this like, yo, son, you ain't never really been hurt before, have you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you have never really like peed, like had to pee out of bag before. Oof. Because like if you like really had these experiences, you wouldn't go around being reckless like that.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's just where they are. They haven't had those experiences because it's like, okay, you know what?
Yep. And you have to allow them to have their evolution.
Most
definitely. You know.
Most definitely. So it's like, you know, you gotta let everybody do their thing. It's just, of course, you know, while we're doing ours, the evolutionary aspect of it is in us being peaceful with ourselves and recognizing, or being gentle with ourselves and recognizing that, you know, being hard on ourselves doesn't necessarily equate out to progress, because sometimes we associate being rough with ourselves and you know what I mean, this and beating ourselves up and putting ourselves on punishment and all other kind of stuff. We equate that with progress, but in actuality, from a more wise space of being in awareness, we recognize that these experiences a lot of times are created amongst our experience just to give us the opportunity to forgive ourselves and not, you know, like actually acknowledge our perfection and our peaceful presence in the midst of distortion. I'm gonna do this, right? Like I'm here now, right? And the sense of being that's within me creating all of this, right, is putting a particular experience before me. Now, based on where I am emotionally, my emotional body, it knows that I'm gonna respond in a particular manner. But it's like, what I really want to see right now is if you're going to be gentle with yourself or you're going to judge yourself. I want to see if you are going to be calm and be peaceful about the experience and let it go, or are you going to beat yourself up because you've done all of this work and you've been talking all spiritual and this the whole time? Are you going to really like hammer yourself and go deep down into this depression, or are you going to let it go and keep moving?
Because you know it's a process, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's just presented for that specific purpose. Absolutely. Just to give you the opportunity to, you know, like, okay, are you really forgiving? Yeah. Are you really compassionate right now?
You got to earn. You got to go through that. You can't just jump and skip a level without the experience. So that's making you stronger, making you
just more stable and solid on your truth of square beyond all of the distortions that are where they are. Let's see.
Todd's in the house, huh?
Medina. Funky Cold Medina. Let's see. My man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, maybe we'll take another break right now. We're about an hour 15. We'll take another break for a song. Since Mel has put together such a beautiful playlist for us. Yo. Let's see. Loving your playlist, Mel. What you know about that? Boom. Cool. I'm gonna play number 7. Number 7 is hard. 7 super hard. That's my jizz. All right. So, Mel, I'm gonna play number 7, if you don't mind. Posting the link to number 7. And we'll take a small break. Here at our Let's Build course, the topic today is gentleness, being gentle with oneself. This song here is number 7. Mel will post the link in our comment section. Well, it's already posted.
She's bad, bro.
You know what I mean?
She don't play. She don't play.
Get money over. She get money out.
You don't even have to say anything.
Absolutely. So we'll play our song right now. The song is number 7, and we'll come back and have a conversation.
All right, Stephen. Peace.
You. So please, if you will, go ahead and post any of your inquiries or share some of your stories, if you will, with our community today so we can discuss it. Of course, our subject matter today is gentleness. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor. This is number 7, already posted in the comment section.
More OG music. Red. Skywalker, yo. You'll know the tower. Hear me the word. Number mature souls, we doing what we do. Serve. So with the free always. Maintain. Salute. Yo. Wood burning, head crackling. Coming from the fireplace, dancing in some extravagant, eliminate the lavender. Summer nights on the terrace, peaceful here going over the tower. The airy silk house roll, gazing at the motherships, hover with their light stroll. Rappers in my pocket, filling vibes with my eyes closed. Children in the background, playing with their mommy, yo. Sucking up before we want, yeah, our will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. As it is, you yours, number 7, yo, yeah. Sucking up before the one, our will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Yo, truly yours, number 7, salute. The crib's not serious. Office with the balcony, with room to park my starship. Neighbors cool and loving it. Their kids play without kids. Serenity and not grants. After all the trauma made, feeling to the hell planes, playing all the playing games, surviving, trying to revive our freedom and family of privacy, the truth of our lives. Golden age with our eyes wide, the many times I've died to see the determination. All my dreams into reality, the love, peace, and harmony amongst my friends and family. Instead of seeing breathing greenery, trees, bees, and honey, truly abundant, oh so lovely. It's truly a celebration, yeah. Amongst the infinite creations from inside of me, I know beyond philosophy, showing off consciously, head on a mission in the mirror, seeing free. Well, I'm sipping up the public water, yeah, our will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Truly yours, number 7, yeah. I took a look for the one, thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Truly yours. 7, check, yeah. 144,000 on the ground. Heaven on earth, salute, yeah. You know what it is. Yeah. 7 golden age consciousness. Yeah.
Your world is slowly moving toward the divine resolution of the inevitable bankruptcy of USA Incorporated. The time has come for the world's major governmental change to manifest. This de facto government is now alone and becoming more isolated by the day from its former friends and longtime allies. The present American administration is beginning to realize this truth and is seeking the means to achieve this noble end. As the former might of America fades into the sunrise of a new day, a whole new realm full of excitement and prosperity is currently ready to manifest. At the opening of this millennium, America was to achieve its greatest false flag and call it 9/11. America turned on its own people and wiped out many more lives than reported to create a false sense of security for its ruling oligarchy. This alone signaled that America's days as a godlike superpower were over. This operation was to start when a prescribed near disastrous event occurred. This event was prevented by the sudden and massive intervention of the Federation. Heaven then ordered us to begin an intervention that was to slowly build up till a massive fleet was in place by the beginning of the 1990s. It is this fleet that is to arrive en masse on Gaia's surface at a set date in the very near future. The Dark Cabal is essentially defeated, and all that remains is to carefully work out those procedures that can ensure that all is successfully implemented. Once this is done, and the Master's lessons given, we can set a date for the landings upon your beautiful shores. At that time, we can introduce you to our mentors and begin the final steps to lead you to your personal crystal light chambers. Then, you are to be swiftly trained to successfully live as fully conscious beings of light. Blessings. We are your ascended masters. A special time has been reached in our long and arduous journey through the dark period of our lives. A new dawn is coming that was prophesied by heaven. The Anunnaki are gone, and their immortal minions are on the verge of extinction. Only by the grace and mercy of Ian is there to be a glorious era of the light. We masters waited millennia for this sacred time. Our plans are now being implemented by our sacred societies of light. It is the moment for you to climb out of the darkness and be seen. Be aware of this and know in your heart that a new world of freedom and prosperity is opening to you. It has been a long and hard road to travel. However, you have all persisted. This road is now largely paved, and we expect to hear some wonderful news shortly. Know, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Selamat Gajan. Selamat Ya, Syrian for B1. And be enjoy.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for being here.
Never too much.
Yeah, never too much. Too much today. All right, easy enough. Thank you so very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, here at our Let's Build. Of course, today's subject matter is gentleness. Thank you all for being here. A great honor and pleasure to heal and connect with you indeed, as always, in this now moment. 1 second.
Okay.
All righty. So, yeah, Zena always come with that piff, don't it?
Yeah, she does.
Steady in peace, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Way up here. Laura Marie in the house.
Ooh, she just chimed in. Peace, love.
Absolute. So, did you see any questions up here? Brian?
Yeah. Okay. So we can't go all the way up, but I did see a question from Chloe, and I think what she was asking is, how do you keep the peace? Because people come at you, it's hard, and how you keep the peace?
Well, when you say keep the peace, you're talking about within herself, though.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I
people are going to come at you, if you will, Chloe. And really, everybody's healing. And we're healing at our own pace. There's a lot of confusion and emotional upheavals amongst humanity at present. And as we recognize this healing that's taking place outside of ourselves and within ourselves, we have the ability to operate from a more clear space of balance. When you say keep the peace, what you're speaking of is operating from your grounded presence. Peace is the eternal frequency that remains within your heart space. And what grounding is all about, what awakening is all about, is moving out of here and back into here. Up here, you got this voice going on, it's saying all kind of stuff, and somebody does something that's like, oh, no, you didn't. And it's just there's reaction, and there's ignorance, there is no patience, there is an attempt to defend oneself, there's an attempt to set things straight or correct others. There's just constant voices and attempting to get you to do something. And in actuality, it is through your ability to maintain your cool, to relax and step back and realize something. that you allow yourself to evolve and exist more beyond its chaos. Someone's hurt. Someone had a bad day. They don't feel too good. And for the most part, in a lot of instances, humanity is experiencing such frequencies. Don't feel good. There's a lot of things taking place right now that a lot of people don't necessarily understand. Right? Now, with this, amongst your healing, amongst your grounding, you have the ability to cultivate a deep sense of peace within yourself. And then when I say cultivate the sense of peace, I'm talking about getting out of here and going here a lot. Where the more you get out of here and go here throughout your day, throughout your experiences, the more you're able to stay here and exist here and walk around. People not talking about like running away from existence and going to the woods and staying there. Like you can continue to cultivate and return here and be in the city, around people, around your friends and family, and people acting crazy and all that kind of stuff. And you can exist in these environments and not allow these people to pull you into their drama. And that all comes from moving out of here and into here. And as you move more into here, you have the clarity of recognizing the person that will come to you and say, hey, what you stepping on my foot for? And you know that, and you realize that this person's hurt. They're just looking for a reason to get me involved. They are looking for a form of love. Sometimes people just look for love
they need conflict,
through conflict. They just want to talk to somebody. And it's not necessarily that they really have a problem with you. It's within themselves. They just experiencing a lack of connection, and they want to feel connected to people through arguing with people and tripping out and so on and so forth. But once again, this is spiritual maturity and wisdom talking. Now, in the circumstance, within that particular experience, it's easier said than done, but it's a process that you can work on. And this is all about grounding yourself continuously. As you continue to ground yourself, the more stability you're able to maintain within yourself and not being susceptible to these forms of manipulation, people pulling you into their drama. You're not the plaything of other people and their emotions. You can exist beyond it. And just decide not to participate. Some people are like, oh, you're wrong. It's like this and like this. You can just decide not to participate.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not gonna.
I mean, that's the root of like all wars and conflict in the world. I mean,
once again, an agreement, right, wrong, good, bad, positive. Well, no, that's not negative. That's positive. And then, are you trying to debate with me about what's positive and negative? No.
You'll be debating forever, though.
Of course you will. It's insanity. Once again, you don't have to participate in any of this. It's your choice. It's your choice, and what you invest your energy into refines itself as you continue to show a sense of self-love and then cultivate a sense of presence within your own being. But once again, it's not an overnight process. It's not an overnight process. It requires an investment of one's own time and energy, and it's more of a lifestyle than it is something that you do, or like going to yoga. Like, these are practices. I'm not necessarily criticizing the practices. However, when you're awakened, it's not like going to yoga or going to the gym. It's like breathing. It's like life. This is your lifestyle now. And of course, with any lifestyle, it is constantly embraced, and the intent is constantly cultivated, where life allows you the catalyst of moving and refining yourself into a greater and greater space of stability. Because at the end of the day, and I said this before quite a while ago, there will come a time where people will be looking for clarity. And those who are the most peaceful and the most calm will be the only ones that will have that clarity, because for the most part, most souls continuing to focus on the outer drama of the illusion will get caught up in that and not have the clarity to be able to express and see the bigger picture, because they're in the drama and they killed 17 people, we need gun laws, and they're like completely in their emotions and feeding into the chaos and what's right and wrong and what Trump did this and said this and and it's like,
no,
you actually just like, you're not even able to speak from a place of intelligence when you're in that state.
Right.
And you get sucked into it. The more
There's
you
no
give it
gentleness
energy,
in there.
is like you just get sucked into it, and there is no intelligence coming out of that.
Yeah. Just
in general, period. There's no intelligence coming out of that. So it's a lifestyle. It's necessary to embrace it, cultivate it. It won't necessarily happen the first or second time. However, as you embrace the intention itself and continue to work on grounding yourself, you'll be able to handle a lot, and it'll become second nature where you're not allowing people to decide how you feel inside.
Because that's exactly what they're doing.
Most definitely. And then when you allow a person to decide how you feel inside, they're controlling you. You're their prisoner. The moment you allow a person to decide how you feel, because how you feel deciphers what happens next. They be long gone about their own business, and you're still hovering over how they made you feel and experiencing the suffering that comes along with how they made you feel.
Yeah, and that's why I think that it's important to empower yourself in a state of peace and acceptance, and as a spectator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, observer.
Observer,
absolutely. So, thank you for the wonderful question, Chloe. Thank you for being here. Your intentions are most beautiful and truly wise, to say the least. Most souls would jump at the opportunity to get into some arguments and go at any person trying to come at them with some foolishness. But those of us who recognize the truth of real strength and the insanity in those cycles have intentions to exist beyond them. We just we're tired of the suffering. Like, I'm good. I don't want to go there no more.
Yeah. It's not interesting anymore.
Most definitely.
It's like you know what it is.
Exactly. It's come to a point where you suffer enough. You're like, I'm good, man. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
Let's just be cool.
There is something better. So there's a lot of comments right now, right? A lot of people expressing, some things. Not a lot of questions. So if you guys have any questions at all, please ask them. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and read some of the comments right here. Steven Gonzalez, all right, happens to be my brother.
All right.
And my brother's been through a lot. So, but he says, I've been letting go and just flowing with everything, right? Which takes a lot for him.
Yeah.
Right. At times I get the feeling of my dark ways. And I start to accept the feeling so I don't resist it. And so there's a balance. Well, what I do in my mind is say, I accept, but it's not my belief, so go away. Basically, that's what he does. And I think that's all right.
Once again, he has the ability to, he's operating from that place of being the observer, which is dope.
Absolutely, which is dope. And that coming from him is big. So
most definitely. I mean, your brother's mad energetic. There's a lot of New York energy there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, he could be a wild one back in the day.
He was a wild one.
These are big steps.
Yeah.
But just the spiritual maturity to be able to observe yourself without reacting.
Right.
The space in between reaction and responsibility is peace. Right. And of course, embracing that peace allows you the clarity of having a more responsible approach to your experience. You know what I mean? That's the space in between reaction and your response is peace. Because you want to react, but then if you don't, you allow that silence. And then that silence is the clarity of peace. And you move closer and closer towards the responsibility, and you make a response that's intellectual or intelligent and loving. And you're like, yo, I'm not doing that.
And that's beautiful. That's something beautiful, bro.
This is awakening right here.
That's what I think is part of awakening.
Of course, this is awakening right here. Straight up.
Consciousness.
This is exactly what this is about.
Forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you for chiming in, Steve.
Yeah, for real. And I mean, he left, but yeah, thank you, Steve.
Word.
But yeah, I think that is a level of awareness when you can do that. I think that if the whole world can practice it, be a better world, man.
Most deaf. This is the stuff right here.
Okay, so we got some more people here. Neva says fully embracing self and others in gentleness. Carrie Chu says a good sense of humor is a must, and the attitude to let it go and laugh at yourself, flow in fluidity like water.
Absolutely.
Yeah, isn't that what Bruce Lee said? Bruce Lee said the same thing. I think that's what he meant, though. Like, go with the flow, like, be like, what? Oh, Bruce Lee was. I think he was
sick.
He was ascended right there.
Absolutely, But once again, that flow. This is the intuitive lifestyle that we speak so heavily about when we talk about grounding and moving on to the path of self-mastery. This is where you're going with the flow, and you're allowing things to take place. You're being proactive, but at the same time, you're the intent is present. The intent is what's presenting the work. As you intend, the work is presented. You go in the flow with the work. As far as the methodology in which you do the work, you kind of allow infinite intelligence to show you the way and work with what you got in each and every moment. And it's like, I'm going with the flow. Come on, bro. We've been doing this for mad years. Like stuff will happen when we're doing stuff for ABA or Universal Road. We go to airport somewhere and things fall into place. I mean, we have an intention. Sometimes we'll have a plan or somewhat of a makeshift plan, and things don't work out like we wanted to, but we'll end up, use that. Oh, let's use this. Let's hook this up. And, makeshift shirt boards or somebody left something or we got power or water and this. And, things just fall into place. It's just, the actions represent the orchestrations of that intelligence in action. You know what I'm saying? But, continuing to move and be open and do that work is allowing you to, more and more to be able to work with these energies.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. And another deterrent is fear. Eileen says that fear is underneath all that negative stuff. And I do believe that that's very true. There's a lot of, fear going around. And
of course. I mean,
entertaining of fear. You know what I mean?
Well, once again, you listening to the my identity and its defense mechanisms and
the defense mechanism. Because if you feel like you're in danger, that's the first thing you're going to. Because that's the first thing you want. You want to be safe. You want to be protected.
No doubt. And once again, the brain don't do nothing but send out those. That's his job.
Right.
Is to attempt to keep you safe. It's just that, of course, it's keeping you safe based off of the programming of the illusion or the limited
the self-truths that you're telling yourself or what you're believing.
Basically, your previous experiences, all the past in general as we know it, the previous experiences have all been based in 3D. They've all been based on the enslavement of humanity. So if we go by this book, we remain within that paradigm. Because all of the information and experiences we got from that world is the world of enslavement. If we continue to operate from this, then that's where we will remain.
Right.
It's just that now we have the opportunity to evolve and move into a new world. So we have to open ourselves up and let go or unlearn what we have learned.
Yeah. Because I mean, even nowadays, like if you see something negative on TV, more people rather watch that than watch anything else. Like, for example, if they believe that they're in danger in the news, that's what they're watching because they want to know, okay, how do I protect myself? And so then now you're entertaining it, and then now you're indulging in it, and then now guess what? You are creating it. Creating more of what you don't want.
The energy and focus of protection is fear itself. It's fear-based.
Yeah.
What you're attempting to protect yourself from is what you will manifest. Why? Because you're preparing for it.
Yep.
You're preparing for what you don't want.
Right. And that's the way they get you. But anyway.
And oh no, let me show you how to not get AIDS. And it's like,
wait a second.
What?
You know.
Come on. Like,
one thing is being informed, but another thing is putting fear into people,
and,
projecting it to them, and telling them what to think, So
look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once again, I mean, I'm not necessarily knocking the programs because for the most part, the My Identity and all these programs, they're as clever can get.
Yeah, they can.
Clever as clever can get. It's so sneaky, and it's like so devious, and it's underlying under everything.
Absolutely.
Where it seems so responsible to entertain some of this stuff because they let me show you got your kids and you're responsible for, let me show you how to protect them from this, and you got to do this, and while you're watching it and absorbing it, you feel so responsible, like, oh, I am preparing for the worst, I'm being a responsible adult. And let me listen to this because I need this information because I want to make sure I'm prepared when something happens. And it's like you feel so responsible, but in actuality, that's not responsible.
And because and the way is how you feel inside. If you feel that fear, then you know that that you're entertaining it and you're creating it. Because I feel like even though it really all depends on what feels in here. Like, because you could be a person that's be very careful because you're just that type of person, but you don't feel fear. You feel happy about it, and that's different. I really believe it's just how you feel. It's just that you put yourself in a sensitive place when you entertain it.
Yeah, when
some people are not so strong, and then they're sensitive to it, and then they absorb it. You know what I mean?
Intuition is always a word. So, if you're operating from that place of peace and you allowing the heart and the mind to speak through you in general, because I'm not necessarily saying like completely ignore and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is not kindergarten.
Right, exactly.
I'm not saying completely
be oblivious,
everything.
Like crazy.
You know what I mean? Well,
everything is
like,
peaceful.
Go chill. Like there is a medium. It's just that medium sits on being able to embrace the intuition.
Yep.
Being able to embrace the intuition and operate and work with both the masculine and feminine energy. It's just that the more you ground, it's not even necessarily a analytical mechanism of attempting to study what it is that you have to do.
Yep.
It's a part of grounding. As you ground yourself and relax yourself and come to a place of calm, there's more clarity, where that clarity will provide you with the information that's necessary if there is a danger or a threat. It will be apparent because you're operating within the fabric of infinite intelligence, where it's not necessarily that you have to think about it or let me discern this and see what this is about or whatever. And it's like, look, you skip all of that when you relax and ground yourself and you continue to work on yourself.
That'll become part of that. And then that fits for the next comment from Kathleen. She says, observe and identify that which is interfering with gentleness. On term with gentleness.
Most definitely.
So,
once again, the observation, the observation, and of course, yes, you identify what it is, and you keep it moving. But being able to be in that space of peace. Once again, peace is where the clarity is always there. The clarity is always where infinite intelligence exists, and this is where the guidance is always being provided. And, once again, you have to recognize that angelic presence is vast, and we're always there, always there. But once again, through the peace, through the sense of relaxation that you have, the notions are clear. the information is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like all
Mm-hmm.
once again, the ingredients
Mm-hmm.
within this holographic reality, they're all there. It's all here. It's just, of course, you connect with that and you're able to trust the communications that are taking place, the more calm you are, the more gentle you are with yourself, where grace takes place. And grace is where there is a floating aspect of one's existence. There is a floating aspect of one's existence where you're gliding from one place to the next, but that just shows that you're in the flow. When we talk about go with the flow, you're in the flow of the etherics. You're in the flow of your own existence and your own creation, which is extremely intelligent. It's not necessarily naive or oblivious. You just vibrate at a frequency that's beyond some of the drama. And you have the ability and the dexterity to work with the traumas that present themselves. But, as you move forward and continue to exist more and more beyond it, there will be little gaps of outburst or upheavals, whatever the case may be, but then you get back to gliding.
That's right.
But you have the ability to, get into it. It might be a situation or whatever, you get grimy or whatever, but then you're like, all right, cool. I'm back to gliding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm back to my grave.
Right. And it actually fits to the next comment here with Carrie Chu. She says, and I think this is in reference to having a relationship with yourself and getting to know yourself. She says that she finds time alone that she thinks is important for her to connect with selves and knowing her own energy and regrouping herself in wholeness. And that's
excellent point, Kerry. But once again, in actuality, most of you that are focused on this path are experiencing plenty of solitude, plenty of opportunities to be with yourself. And of course, as expressed before, the opportunity to be with yourself is the opportunity to expand your love, to expand and cultivate the frequency of the love that you have to share with others. This is where you allow yourself to connect with higher and more expanded aspects of self, connecting you deeper and deeper and deeper with the nature of infinite intelligence and recognizing the angels, the archangelical legions of light and the ascended masters and other aspects of the spiritual hierarchy all the way into the cosmos amongst us. However, that time that you have in, quote unquote, solitude or alone, because in actuality, you're never truly alone. However, the illusion of being alone and being with yourself allows the relationship that we have with you within the etherics and you in the physical to be broadened, to be expanded upon, because that's an intimate moment of connection where we can communicate exclusively with just you. And this is where that connection or that experience should be valued. However, this is only valued by those of you that are of the most wisest frequencies of being and recognizing that, no, you're not alone. And you do have assistance and support. You've always had assistance and support here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That's awesome. So the next one is from Eileen. And I like this because I also believe the same. Always looking for the lesson, especially in difficult situations, then trying to let it go.
Absolutely.
So
that is the value of the experience. Finding the value in the experience is seamless when you operate from a sense of peace and balance and presence. There's always value. This moment is absolutely priceless. There's nothing more value, or not more valuable, but this experience, this now moment is extremely unique. There's nothing like it, and it's for you, specifically for you, and the most important experience there is for you in this now moment. And of course, there is extreme value there. However, of course, only from that space of clarity and peace will you recognize the value in it. So thank you for sharing that.
What did I say? Eileen.
No.
She said A-Y and then E, right? Eileen.
Yeah, Eileen.
Eileen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I say Elaine.
You
That's
say
what I
Elaine. Yeah. It's
Eileen.
Eileen. Yeah.
She did the Webster's Dictionary.
Right. Yeah. She's like, get it right. Or she'll come over here and make you get it right.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eileen, for sharing that. Beautiful.
Yeah, but that is very beautiful because I also believe that when something happens around me where it was not very favorable, I feel like there is the universe or me, myself, telling that there's a lesson here. There's something to be observed, you know, and then like you say, there's a way to let it go, through acceptance, you know what I mean? But okay, so next one is from Zena, which is she has a little paragraph here.
Absolutely.
She says, gentle, sensitive enough to know what is going on and what is required for alignment, not just for self, but for everyone, with an acceptance of each person's capacity. Align all to operate from their own level, never taking anything personal. Steady in peace.
Spoken like a true angel. You dig? Thank you for sharing that, Zena.
She's not me. I'm the true angel. No, very good.
No doubt. That was awesome.
That's what's up. What else, man? Let's see what we got. What's up? I think they're plotting to come over here, by the way.
Who was that?
I think it was Liana with who was it? Stefan. Yeah. They said they'd come here tomorrow. They could.
Yeah.
To Wiesbaden. But anyway, you guys are all welcome, though. Come on.
Absolutely.
Everybody else has been here, so might as well come over. Okay, so they love the lyrics. They love the music. Wendy, you're a hippie, 100%.
You did.
Whole soul in my woods. All right.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Wow. Not really. No. They're talking about music, saying what's up to each other. Beautiful. Everybody connecting.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yo, peace. What's going on, Michael? Thank you for coming through. Love project we had a couple weeks ago. Had to vacay via my hospital visit.
Yeah.
So.
Liliana says it would be cool if she could go to Europe and hitchhike with us, dear sisters and brothers. She's actually planned that for summer. Steph, would you join me maybe?
All
right, Steph, come back again.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we enjoyed you when you were here, man. It's pretty cool.
Steph is dope.
Catherine says you can come in France to see me in the Alps. All right.
Good, Crystal. What's good, Crystal? Thanks for coming through.
Okay. This is a comment from Valerie. Fear and love are the easiest feelings. Feelings are the easiest identified. We have to allow ourselves to be open to more feelings based on more than programming.
Absolute. Get him, Vell.
That's good.
Get him, Vell.
That's what's up.
Touchy feely. We got to feel it. You heard?
Wow. To be honest, that's it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else is basically talking to each other, connecting with each other, and some other people really love to enjoy the music.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Catherine says it was a great conversation. It was. It always is. You know, there's always something to get out of it, you know.
So as long as we continue to focus and allow what's taking place to take place, we'll continue to evolve. Of course, as we continue to evolve and intend, we'll continue to elevate in frequency and stability and shine as leaders here on a new earth. Trust. Yes, Stephanie, trust. Trust the plan. Trust yourself. It's your plan. The greatest storyteller that ever was, the greatest story ever told, which is you. Here in this now moment. Gentleness is our talk today. Of course, that gentleness is where we allow ourselves to experience and explore life. We allow our feelings to flow, and we exist beyond judgment of ourselves and our experiences. We're here to feel. We are alive to feel. We are here to live, and life comes with feelings. It is a part of the criteria of life and an incarnation to feel. Of course, this incarnation being the culmination of many, many previous lifetimes here on earth, where, of course, this experience and this transition comes with very intense expressions of these feelings and some of the blockages that may still be. However, we are up to do the work because we're strong enough to do this work, and we have the experiences to do this work. And of course, once again, I didn't come here with anything less than the best of the best throughout this universe to do this work. This work here is the work of the divine. And of course, we thrive off of our ability to embrace the opportunity to be of service. So once again, we really, really, truly thank you for being here. Continue to be gentle with yourselves and know that you're healing. And when you heal, you're healing for the long term. This is not superficial healing. We can't fake it. We can't just attempt to find a shortcut or swallow a pill or watch a YouTube video of how to open your third eye and how to do, like, we got to deal with it. We got to go with this, not even deal with it. Life is a blessing. There's nothing to deal with here. When you talk about dealing with something, we're accepting life. You talk about dealing with something like you got to go to work and you don't want to go there like, I'm going to just deal with this job until I get another job. Like, no. This is life. And life is a blessing. It's a miracle. It is absolutely wonderful. A true, the greatest blessing that ever existed was your existence that's here. Gotta take the spoon. That's how you said it. You gotta take the spoon.
Hey, life was good, right?
I gotta need a spoon though.
You ingest it. It goes in.
Oh, you silly, bro.
Food makes me feel good.
It's another side to that. We gonna talk about that when we cut the camera off. But anyway, once again, life is a blessing. Thank y'all for being here. We love you. We absolutely love you all, always. We cannot reiterate how much we are honored by your presence and being here. The only thing we can suggest is that you continue to be gentle with yourself. There's a lot of work to do. There is a lot of work that's already been done, but of course, with anything, with the expansion of such a reality, there is more and more work to do, which is an absolute pleasure and a labor of absolute love and ecstasy. Thank you so very much for being here. And who we are, the Angelic Realms, the Black Council of the Black Federation of Light, who we are, universal brothers and sisters. Big shout out to Mel for holding us down with the playlist and sharing videos and inviting everybody to come through. AAA for holding it down with us and sharing his insight on our talk today. Always of great value. And I really would love to thank all of you, everybody who came through today. You guys are absolutely amazing. All of the light that you shine here, we observe from the stratosphere and beyond on the surface of the planet. There's lights that just blink in beautiful geometric formations that we observe from our bridge, from our flight decks, on all of our starships and motherships, and observing you in this now moment. So once again, your work is absolutely divine. So we bid you farewell. Much peace, love, unity, harmony, and grace, and last but not least, gentleness. Thank you.
Why do I keep laughing?